Today we're cleaning some wheels on this Camaro. It's a maintenance client. It's actually here, it's been 2 years since we coated this thing with the DIY 8-year ceramic, but that'll be the next video. Today we're tackling the wheels and tires, and we're gonna show you how to do a proper maintenance deep clean, make sure this wheel's all decontaminated, and to do it in the safest manner possible. Today I wanna check out, we're gonna do the Yum Cars wheel system because I really wanna put these woolies to the test. I told someone in the comment section of the last video they wanted to see these in action. You got it. So I'm doing some Yum Cars. So in my wash bucket I have 2 wheel woolies. I have the big boy and the special edition. What makes the Yum Cars edition original wheel woolly so special is the 18-inch skinny fella, and it's gonna be perfect because we got some big old beefy calibers, and we're gonna see if this fits nicely in there to give us some good agitation and help us out deep cleaning these wheels. So perfect car with a perfect test for the wheel brushes, and of course we're gonna team it up with the IK Foam Pro 12 ALK. In the ALK, I have 1 gallon distilled water. I have 16 ounces of Yum citrus, and I have about 1 ounce of Yum foam, and that's gonna give us the citrus and foam. I really like this mixture. It's not a heavy duty type of mixture, but it's real nice, especially for maintenance clients that have that previous protection. Stretches out that citrus some, gives you some good clean time with that added foam, and it's the viral sensation that went viral on my channel like 2 years ago when I first started testing out Yum Cars products. So 2 years down the road on the DIY 8-year ceramic on the paint, 2 years down the road still busting out the Yum citrus and the IK foamer, except now they got the Foam Pro 12 ALKs. So really cool products, especially the ALK. I've been enjoying it. Can handle pHs of 7 to 14, so the full alkaline pH scale. Teaming up after that, that's gonna be our pre-soak and our foam product that we're gonna foam over Yum wheels, deep clean the wheel barrels, break down that brake dust contamination, round the edges of that sharp brake dust, and when we get in there with agitation, finish cleaning it out. This is a iron remover type wheel cleaner. It has some degreasing capabilities in the mix, so really great for deep cleaning, especially on a maintenance level of these wheels here. And we got Yum Undress for the tires. A little spritz of that after our pre-soak is gonna help us knock this old tire dressing off. Looks like it's just about all the way worn off, so it needs a good deep clean on the tires, and we'll put some good tire dressing on it later. So let me get you in here up close and personal for the wheel so you can check it out before we start. So here we go. You can see that tire needs a good scrubbing, and this wheel and brake caliper making some good brake dust. It's caked up especially in the barrels there. On the wheel face doesn't look too bad. In here, we got to get in here and embed it out of this little edge around the wheel. That likes to hold brake dust really good there. It's got that big old caliber, so we're going to use a little skinny boy brush to see if we can get in there as it's designed to do. So here we go. Step 1 is the foaming pre-soak. So let's go ahead and foam it. Also a great time to get in there to them fender wells, give them a little clean. All right, so the foaming pre-soak is just kind of our citrus cleaner. Has a dab of that foam. It's gonna do a great job of loosening up anything that can be knocked off at first. So gonna knock off a good percentage of the brake dust. It's gonna knock off some loose dirt, just grit. We want that grit off the surface. Same thing applies to the paint. In the last video when I was doing the foaming pre-soak, we knocked off a huge chunk of grit off the surface. Same rules apply for your wheels, especially if you got them coated, got them protected. You don't want to be rubbing that grit on your wheels. So the foaming pre-soak is gonna take care of a high percentage of grit. And you can see the Yum citrus. Look at that, it's browning them tires up. Let me get you in here. Yum citrus going to work even before we get any undressed on the surface. And this is like I said, only 16 ounce in a gallon. What is that, like a 5-to-1, 4-to-1 mixture? Yum citrus doing an amazing job as our foaming pre-soak on the tire. Now, if I wasn't talking on YouTube, I'd go around to all 4, foam it on, come back, rinse in the same order I applied, and we'd have our foaming pre-soak done to all 4 tires. All right, so let's rinse. Look at all that nasty fly off. Get in them fender wells. Go ahead and knock that off the surface there. We don't have to do a perfect rinse, but a nice thorough rinse, knock off as much contamination. You can still see some protection coming back on that wheel. Good to see there. And we just knocked off a huge chunk of brake dust and dirt. Let's get you in again. So you can see here, just a huge chunk of brake dust gone, but definitely still some in there. We're gonna have to get in there and agitate, but a whole lot better. Set you back up there. So now we're gonna apply Yum Wheels. Yum Wheels is gonna attack that brake dust aggressively, where the citrus won't. Like I said, the iron remover in Yum Wheels is going to round the edges of the brake dust and just overall make it a safer process when we start the agitation. We're gonna let this work though and let it melt and dull up all that iron. You can see all the purple going on here. And then for the tire specifically, we're gonna come in with some of that Yum Undress, and it's gonna finish prepping our tire. I'm gonna give it that agitation. You're gonna see a lot of browning action going on. So look at that, go to work. We got purple going on. We got the tire, the brown and the orange coming off the tire going on. We got it all going on now. Look at that, breaking it all down. Next, I like to foam it again with our foaming solution. Adds that lubrication to our mix, especially in the barrels. And now we can start the agitation process. So I like to do the tires first. Take a nice little tire brush. You can even add some undress to the brush. And we're gonna go ahead, give these tires a good look at that. Look at that undress doing work. Boom. I like to clean out my brush. That way we don't contaminate our wheel bucket too much. Best we can. Now let's get in here to the barrels. And get the beefy boy in here best we can. It is tight with the big old brake caliper and rotors. And so of course with the big one you can't get in here behind the caliper. That's what the other one is going to do for sure. So we're just gonna make our way around the wheelbarrow. Some nice agitation. This is a synthetic wool type fiber, so super safe for the barrels, basically any rim. Really high quality stuff. Rinse that out. That's a little bit harder to rinse out. So now here we go. We got the Long John boy. Get in here and it goes right behind that caliper. So you can see this action up close. Look at that. It's right in there. Amazing tool. Finish agitating. All right, and now going around the wheel face, I'm gonna load up a nice soft brush. We just wanna come in here and make sure we just move around our product, Yum Wheels, that has now been breaking down the iron and the dirt on the surface of this wheel for quite some time. So it's done its job. It just needs the final touch, just a little agitation. I like to use the soft detail brush. You can use a flag tip nylon brush. You can use boar's hair brush if that tickles your fancy. This is what I like to do here. Nice, safe process. Let the chemical do all that work for you. Don't forget to agitate that nice little lip around the back of the spokes here real good, because it really likes to hold on to that iron. Next up for the lug nuts, I like the New York Foam King Swab. I made a designated video on it the other day. If you missed it, fantastic product. And if there's any other nooks and crannies you need to get in around the valve stem, that's a good. This could actually, if you wanted to sit there and kind of squeeze it behind the spokes, you can certainly get in here and get behind all these spokes. And it's just gonna make your detail pop that much more, because you're really getting in here in the nooks and the crannies, making sure it's all agitated. Don't forget your caliber. That thing holds on to a lot of brake dust and will not, if it's still grungy at the end of the detail, that's not good. Like I said, Yum Wheels did most of the heavy lifting here, so easy peasy. Now, let's rinse. And boom, just like that, we've deep cleaned our maintenance here, and this wheel is looking perfectly clean. So let's get you in here for final inspection. Let's see, even behind those spokes, no brake dust, the barrel. See if we can get you focused somewhere, how clean it's looking. Look at that, looks like a mirror in there. You could eat off that barrel around the valve stem, super clean. In there, the lug nuts, super clean. Our caliber's looking good. And just like that. So there you go, that's gonna wrap it up for our wheel maintenance. Very easy, straightforward. That's how you do it the safest manner possible. Again, you pre-foam, knock as much abrasiveness off the surface, whether it's brake dust, whether it's dirt, knock as much of that off as possible. Then you follow up with your designated cleaners. Again, we started with that citrus foam combo in the IK sprayer. 1 gallon of water, 1 ounce of foam, 16 ounces of this Yum citrus. Then we came in after a rinse with our designated products. We use Wheel, has that iron remover and degreasing property, and Yum Undress for the tires. You saw both of these products go to work, and shout out to whoever wanted to see the Wheel Woolies in action. There you go, these are just freaking phenomenal. Love it, love the custom one, 18-inch skinny fella here is perfect. Gets right behind that caliber, 18 inches, so you can get all the way to the back of that barrel, no problem. And there you go, this wheel is super crispy, looking clean. I got 3 more to do, and it's real hot. So I'll see y'all on the next one. Hit that like, hit that subscribe. Tell me what you want to see next, and we'll make it happen. See you on the next one.